Welcome to the first ever Jagginoff, where I discuss the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I'm going to claim I have the fifth best Jaguars podcast because I only know of 5 fan Jaguar podcasts. So top 5, that's not bad at all for this guy. But yeah, just to introduce myself, my name is Sean Fitzpatrick. I moved to Jacksonville in 2018, right after the Jaguars made the AFC Championship game. So I didn't even get to witness that. My fanhood really started around then, when they were kind of coming off that high, and I really started going to the games during the Urban Meyer era. So pretty much everything I've watched from the Jags has been pretty ass, to be honest. So I thought I would just talk about it. I mean, why not? It's just a forum we could discuss. If you guys want to chat about it too with me, I mean, I would love to hear your insights on the Jags too. I got my Trevor Lawrence helmet back there. I really thought he was going to be the man. I bought that after their playoff win in 2022. And since then, it's been pretty ass. I mean, not going to lie. And Sunday, we made new lows in the ass department. So I thought I would just talk about that. In case any of you didn't catch the game, we were up, I think it was 29-10 going into the fourth quarter. And we ended up losing. So, yeah, I think that was the new low point for my existence as a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm kind of at a point now where I have a young son, and I don't even know if I want him to be a fan of this team because I don't want him to, have to deal with the mental depression after watching these games. I had to take off work today because I was actually didn't feel like I could take the mental, physical, and emotional abuse from my coworkers over the Jags and kind of how ass they are. Because I get made fun of all the time being a fan of this team. I think a lot of Jaguar fans, we have to deal with that abuse on a weekly basis. So I figured I'd talk about it and kind of be like therapy for me at the end of the day. But yeah, this is Jagginoff. So if you're expecting an in-depth analyst, or X's and O's, or me analyzing the game, I know really nothing about football. I'm just a fan. I like watching it on Sunday occasionally when they win. It's really, being a Jags fan is kind of more about like how bad does it get, and it's almost gets to the point where it's funny. Like I was just numb after this game because I knew we were probably going to lose after they scored their first touchdown in the fourth quarter. So on the outside perspective, I think media outlets see this as a shock. I think this is just like another, Sunday afternoon being a Jags fan. So let's talk about it. Yeah. So jumping right in, I made this slideshow too for you guys. This was made in about 10 minutes. So yeah, let's see if you like it. So yeah, I'm starting off. Why did we lose this game? And I think we could all start off, or as a starting point, these 3 pictures can kind of tell us why we lost this game. So looking at the first picture to the left, you can see an attractive woman with an orange hat on, another attractive woman in the middle, and then the most attractive logo in the NFL, the Jaguar symbol. Great blue tongue, great spots, just an awesome symbol. Another reason why I love this team is just that symbol. But my question is, what do all these have in common? The answer is they all get fucked by backup quarterbacks. If there's a backup quarterback at the end of the day, they're going to fuck us. And they all have good looking girlfriends, and they all treat the Jaguars just like their girlfriends. They take us in the back and they just fuck us. Like, I guess I give Davis Mills kind of a pass because of that neck of his. I didn't realize he could probably see over the defenses better than most quarterbacks, so I guess he has a genetic advantage there. But at the end of the day, I mean, Jake Browning, he's given us the business twice. Davis Mills is now 3-1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, so yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, anytime we play a backup quarterback, I at this point just expect us to lose. We have the Cardinals in a few weeks, and we're playing I think it's Brissett is their backup because Kyler's too busy playing video games. So we'll probably lose to those bums as well because backup quarterbacks just love to fuck us at the end of the day. So, yeah, enough said about that. I mean, we just lose against backups. Moving on right to the stats of the game. So here's our team stats. If we're looking at it, Jesus Christ, the Jaguars had 213 total yards of offense. That's a whole game. And we got the ball in multiple opportunities on their side of the field when it came to the Jerry Jones interception, and then the fumble on a kickoff. So we really should have had more touchdowns. And I mean, we couldn't even put the ball in the end zone with like half a field because our offense is just terrible. Our quarterback's mid. I'll get into that here in a minute. But yeah, 213 total yards of offense. I don't think the passing yards are quite correct on this. I have a different slide about that. Rushing yards, 94. First downs, 19. Third down, 4 of 11. Total plays, we only had 55. Sacks allowed, 5. This offensive line is just, they're not good. I mean, we had like the first 2 games were like a pariah. Like I thought that the culture might have changed, and we had a offensive line that was going to give Trevor Lawrence some time, because he's really a quarterback that needs time back there to process, because he kind of, I think, plays the game with a 3rd grade level IQ, like honestly watching the man. So we need to give him as much time as possible back there. But 5 sacks again. I mean, you're not going to win a lot of football games when you have a revolving door for your offensive line. Penalties, 9 more penalties for 90 yards. I mean, even when we got the ball back after the Texans went ahead against us, we have a kicker that can kick the ball like a country mile, and we're going down the field and we get a catch by Jacoby Myers, who actually caught the ball. That was surprising. I mean, good to see that he actually caught the ball. All our other dudes just drop the ball most of the time, so that was refreshing to see. But even when we got that catch, it got negated because of a penalty. Like, we just do dumb shit every week when it comes to penalties. Like, it's enough said on that one. Don't see the drop passes on here, but we did have another drop. I think maybe 2 today. We're up to like 32 in 9 games, which doesn't help our quarterback at all. And then, of course, Trevor has to throw his 1 interception. Should have been more. The guy just throws the ball up sometimes. I really just don't think he gives a shit. Like, he's getting paid to be mid. I mean, and he always just makes 1 or 2 boneheaded throws a game. Like, he's infuriating, because he'll make a great pass. Like, there was one that he hit, I think it was our tight end. It was a seam pass down the middle. It was like a 20-yard rope. But then he'll just throw the ball like kind of that ETN screen where he should have just ate the sack. He'll just throw it up for grabs, like not giving a shit. So I don't understand the man. Moving on to individual stats. This is mostly on the offensive side. Trevor Lawrence, I mean, what do we say about the dude? I mean, I'm not in a camp where I've completely given up on the man, but 13 of 23, that's not good. And then for his completions to attempts, and then he has 158 yards passing. I mean, that's a typical Trevor Lawrence day. 1 TD. I can't remember the last time he threw for 3 touchdowns in a game. And then he has his, of course, his 1 INT. He's just not very good right now as a quarterback. I don't know if he's the long-term answer. I don't think we have anyone better on our roster. I would like to hear better options. I hear people say put in the backup quarterback, but at the end of the day, I think with the offensive line and the state that it's in, and the wide receiver room who can't catch, and our intermittent running game where it's not amazing most of the time, I mean, we're not doing any quarterback any favor being back there. Trevor Lawrence is running for his damn life. Demiel Hunter, when the Texans, he absolutely ate Walker Little for breakfast, or whoever was on him. They all collectively were terrible. I don't think Hunter had a sack in the last 4 to 5 games, and he had 3 today. So there's just inexcusable offensive line play. Rushing, ETN, 16 carries for 58 yards, 3.6 average. It's pretty mid. I mean, he's just not, I don't think they're going to re-sign him, honestly. Bejan Tootin, he's not much better. He has a great last name, but overall, he's just kind of mid. He doesn't really do a whole lot. For me, 4 carries, 5 yards, 1.2 average. I mean, you're not getting any production out of that. And then Trevor, 5 for 35, 7-yard average. I think that's something that Trevor could actually do better, is running the football more often. I think, honestly, where he's at as a quarterback, the dude is better running than he is throwing. I know that sounds crazy, but we could really benefit from him. And I know nothing about X's O's for football, but at the end of the day, if we could teach this man to, like, if his first read's not there and if he could just take off and get something productive instead of eating these sacks that he's taking, or, you know, or just throwing the ball out of bounds, I think we could, you know, at least have him be a better game manager, because right now he's just not the type of dude that's going to win you a football game just on his raw talent, overcoming everything that he has to deal with, which I don't think a lot of quarterbacks could excel in this offense at the end of the day, because we just have terrible offensive line play, wide receivers that drop the ball seemingly 2 to 3 times, 4 times a game in the most critical moments. And then we're one of the most penalized, undisciplined teams in the NFL. So, yeah, moving on to the receivers, we didn't have BTJ, the bum, out there to alligator arm and drop everything. So I think we only had 1 or 2 drop passes today, which is pretty good for us. Jacoby Myers, he didn't do a whole lot, but 3 receptions, 41 yards. He didn't drop the ball, so that was refreshing. I think we should try to get to the ball to him more often. Tremel, he had 2 receptions for 33 yards. Parker Washington, he had a touchdown, which was nice, and he was overall our best player of the game, which I'll get into later. But yeah, overall we're pretty mid to ass when it comes to receiving, and our offense was terrible in general. So enough said about them, but I think the real problem today was these bums. Our defense, man, holy shit, dude. We had to stop Davis, Giraffe, Longneck, Mills one fucking time in the fourth quarter. And I know all these dudes I've read it online countless times. Well, it was the offense kept the defense on the field. They got tired. I don't give a shit. It's Davis Mills. We had to stop that guy one time in the fourth quarter. Even just slow him down. Like, don't let them just go down the field, like, quickly. If we just stagnated their drive or held them to a field goal, we win that game. Like, you let Davis Mills take you behind the woodshed and beat you like a redheaded stepchild. Like, just think about that when you go home tonight. If you look at all our guys were terrible. Jerrion Jones is probably the best defender. He had 4 tackles and an interception. I think he had a pass breakup too, but everyone else, I'm not giving any of these bums a pass. Trayvon Walker was okay, but the pass rush is just terrible. None of our guys get home to the quarterback. Josh Hines-Allen has been a bum ever since he added the Hines to his name. I think he should drop it. Personally, I don't know what that's about, and I think he might be a better player if he goes back to Josh Allen, because the current Josh Allen's in the Bills is good, so maybe him going back to that name, he might rediscover some form. I don't know. I'm just spitballing. He's been pretty shit the last 2 years, so, and we're paying him a ton of money to do really nothing. Not saying I could do any better, but shit. I mean, I could get 0 sacks a game. I mean, I'm just being for real. The dude doesn't do a whole lot out there to move the needle. In general, I think the biggest problem is the pass rush on this team. I don't know the X's and O's, like I said, but no one gets home. Davis Mills has all day to scope out the field back there, and he picked us apart. I mean, any backup quarterback really does that to us, but I digress. I don't have much more to say about the defense. They're pretty ass. I mean, we're letting up. We're between the Rams and the Texans and pretty much anyone the last 3 weeks. They kind of have their way with us. We probably should have lost the Raiders. We got lucky on that one. Geno tore us up too. I mean, he's a little bit above backup quarterback level, but really quarterbacks have whatever they want against us because they have all day to throw back there. But anywho, let's go to the turd of the week. So who in a game like this, an all-time historical bad, would receive the turd of the week award? I'm going with the Great Wall of Duval, our offensive line. Now, collectively, these guys all suck. And it's kind of like a Have you ever been a part of a group project in school where, like, even if you have one person, say yourself, putting forth the best effort, but if everyone around you sucks, you're going to fail? That's kind of like these guys. There might be one dude in there that's having a good game, that's, stopping the guy in front of them, but collectively, they just fail the project every week. They are just bums, and they get my turd of the week. 5 sacks in a game. Now, I'm sure some of those are Trevor Lawrence just being a tool dumbass that just doesn't, throw the ball away or takes a dumb sack or rolls in the pressure. But it's every play that there are people back in our own backfield getting pressure on Trevor Lawrence. I mean, even in the fourth quarter when we had that 2 3-and-outs in a row, they were back there instantly. I heard on the radio today that it was like 6 plays, there was 100% pressure, 3 sacks during that time, a block pass, and then like a 2-yard gain, all in that series of 3-and-outs. Like, what is a dude supposed to do at the end of the day? Like, when you have a guy that's in your face chasing after you all day. And I'll get to Trevor Lawrence in a minute because he doesn't get I don't give him a pass for a lot of shit, but I met Trevor Lawrence. That's where I got one of my Trevor Lawrence autographs up here. It used to be my pride possession. Now I just want to take it out and burn it or throw it in the woods. But Trevor Lawrence he's 6'6", but he's not a very big dude, like built dude. I'm about 6 feet tall and I'm a decently slender dude, but Trevor Lawrence is not huge, and this dude gets clobbered week in and week out by these 280, 300-pound men. That dude, Trevor Lawrence, is probably going home and taking an ice bath every week because he's probably in some serious pain. I've seen pictures usually of him getting sacked or his highlights of the week, but that dude probably hates his fucking life, and he probably hates these dudes in front of him because they just let a fucking revolving door of overgrown men just beat the shit out of him week in and week out. So I don't know what else to say about this offensive line except they are the Duval Jacksonville Jaguar turds of the week. So let's go to the Trevor watch. So how are we feeling about Trevor Lawrence? Like I said, he was my favorite player on this team for a long time. One of the major reasons why I became a Jaguars fan in general was this excitement around this guy. I think where he's at as a quarterback right now is I would give him 2 booger picks out of 3 booger picks. He's not quite a booger yet, but he's definitely below mid for sure. That's my boy right there, just looking for the gold. He's just not very good. Like, he's not the type of dude that's going to excel the team and put the team on his back to, get them over the hump, to overcome adversity. He's just not that guy. He doesn't have it in him. I don't think he has a lot of fire in his belly. I don't even think, I'm not going to say he doesn't care about football, but at the end of the day, he's collecting a paycheck. He's going home to his good-looking wife. He lives in Ponte Vedra, a very nice area in Jacksonville, and he just doesn't give a shit. He's going to collect his paycheck. I don't think he's a long-term answer, but at the end of the day, what better option do we have than Trevor Lawrence? People are saying, should we trade this guy? I mean, I don't think we're going to get a lot in return from a first round pick. No, a second round pick. I doubt it. Maybe a third rounder or fourth rounder. Are we willing to get rid of Trevor Lawrence just to draft some other bum? We can't draft anyone of quality either. Even this new regime, under Liam Cohen and Gladstone and Tony Baselli, who have we drafted this year that's any good? That's done anything on offense or defense. Travis Hunter, you could say maybe, but I mean, the jury's still out on him. He's hurt right now. So we're going to, get rid of this guy for a third round or fourth round pick and then have another mid player just come in for quarterback. I don't know. So I'm just hoping that this dude gets better. I don't think we put him in the best situation to be successful either, with our offensive line being ass, our wide receivers dropping everything. They couldn't even catch the clap on 103rd Street. They're just garbage. And then Brenton Strange being gone, that hurts. And then our running back, he's kind of mid too, ETN. I just don't think we're helping him out a lot, which I think he needs to be really in the perfect situation where he's at right now in his career to thrive. So maybe getting a running quarterback that can scramble because the offensive line lets everyone in. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I know I've heard a bunch of names thrown out on Facebook. People seem to be obsessed with getting Shedeur Sanders in here. I think he would suck too. But I don't know. Let me know. Who do you think? What's your answer? I think the best answer would be to get a strong veteran quarterback in here, like a Joe Flacco, or hell, I mean, this might sound crazy, even like a Jameis Winston or some other dude like that kind of push him and be able to put someone else in when Trevor's struggling, because right now I just don't think he's the dude. So overall, I give him the below mid mark and 2 boogers out of 3 for the pick job, but that's it on Trevor. Our Jag of the week, none other than Mr. Parker Washington himself. Honestly, been the best player on the Jags all year. This is second punt return for a touchdown. I think he should be getting way more touches. He catches the ball. Usually everything that he does is positive. I've seen him drop the ball one time this year, but he's pretty reliable catching it. He may not be the biggest or the fastest, but the dude plays with a lot of heart. He's like the Rudy Rudiger for the Jags. But I mean, what can you say about him? I think he was like a 4th or 6th round pick. I can't remember. You have to correct me on that one. But he's outplayed his status on this team. And a team that's loaded with 1st round picks, from Trevor Lawrence to ETN to Anton Harrison, BTJ, Travis Hunter. He's our best offensive player. Like, week in and week out, when this guy gets a chance, he's a dog, man. I love Parker Washington, but he's our Jag of the week. And then in conclusion, my Buckman Bridge watch. So the likelihood that I will jump off the Buckman Bridge after the next Jaguars game has ramped up to an 8 out of 10. I am at an 8 out of 10 watching this game. If you guys don't know, the Buckman Bridge is a very big bridge in Jacksonville that people jump off of often after watching Jaguar games. So I'm about at an 8 out of 10 right now, about thinking about jumping off of it. So thanks for that, Jaguars. I don't really have anything else to say except fuck you guys. I hope you play better. And yeah, that's it. That's the first ever Jagginoff YouTube show. I hope you like it. Maybe we'll talk about our inevitable loss to the Chargers. And go Jags. Duval!